What is up, plant nerds? We're out here in the greenhouse this morning where I've pretty much been living for the past 50 plus hours. And well, I hate to admit this, but I think we've been watching a dead flower. I've been waiting on this thing to bloom. I've been time-lapsing it. I've been checking on it night and day, and it's just not doing anything. And it's looking worse than when it started. So I think we missed it. I hate to admit it. I mean, I've been running out here every morning, excited like a little kid, to check the time lapse, and it's just not doing anything. In fact, I think it's closing. And when I go back to look at the pictures that I took when I put on Facebook and stuff, it was like, it's beautiful, but it's still a pretty flower. I mean, I want to say there's a chance, but I just don't think it's gonna do it. So I'm sorry to say, I think we missed it, and we gotta wait an entire year for it to happen again. As bad as that sucks, that's okay, because we still got a lot of stuff happening outside. We're gonna go walk around the yard. I'm gonna show y'all all the beautiful things that are blooming, and it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. But you know, we have to learn things like this. And I thought about it. I was like, do I put this on YouTube that I've been watching a already bloomed flower for the past 2 days? I'm like, yeah, why not? Because we learn together. This is just how we learn. Even though that lesson may suck, and I hate thinking about that I have to wait another year, what are you gonna do? I mean, it is what it is, and I hate that term, and I told myself I was gonna quit saying it. I think mosquitoes are biting me. But anyway, that's just the fact we're gonna have to accept. I think we missed it. This one already, you know, for sure, I knew it was gone. These two up here, I thought still had a chance, but they're looking worse. And looking back in the photos, these guys looked better 2 days ago. But man, I was so excited. I was like trying to build up all this hype, like doing lives and staying up till who knows what time in the morning. And oh well, what are you gonna do? You know, like I told some of you in the comment section, like, cactus aren't my thing, and now I see why. But it hasn't been all bad. Like I showed you guys the other night in the live, I was able to really get a lot of cleaning done in the greenhouse. This table over here has never looked so clean, and I had a blast shooting roaches out here and drinking beer with my bug assault gun. So you know, I've had a pretty good time, and the greenhouse looks really good because as I was sitting out here waiting on the stupid flower to bloom, I repotted some things and got it cleaned up out here, so it wasn't a total waste. And we've always got to look on the bright side of things, right? So there you go. I've admitted that I'm an idiot, and I've been watching a dead flower for 50 hours. But oh well. Nothing we can do about it now. Let's go walk around the yard. Let me show you the GreenStalk. That thing looks freaking amazing. Our little raised bed garden's doing awesome. Well, let's go check it out. Good morning, Pepe. And oh my goodness, you guys, how stinking beautiful is it today? Big white puffy clouds in the sky. We've got a really nice breeze coming through today. So today we actually, we are October 1 today. So fall ain't far. For us here in South Carolina, we've probably still got another month, maybe 2-3 weeks before we start getting some real nice, cool mornings. But it is just absolutely beautiful today. I'm in a great mood. I want to plant a bunch of stuff, but I don't think we're gonna do that today. I'm gonna work on editing this video for y'all. We're gonna go around, just check some things out in the yard, and just enjoy this absolutely gorgeous Sunday. I mean, how could you be in a bad mood when it's as beautiful as it is today? Well, let's get this thing started. Y'all remember this Bubblegum Petunia we cut back a few weeks ago? We did get one more nice flush out of that thing. Isn't that gorgeous? Remember, we came in here and pruned it back really, really super hard. We fertilized it, and now we're getting another showing, and that thing will go for at least another month. And then what I can't wait to show you guys, look at this GreenStalk. Man, those worm castings that we put in this thing, look how green and lush everything is. I absolutely love this GreenStalk. It's been so easy to fertilize. And water, I mean, you just add water to the top. You can hear it going down from tier to tier. Waters everything for you. Super easy. I love this thing. And we just got a bunch of them in down at Grassroots at the nursery for sale. And I think this would make a great Christmas present if you have a gardener on your list. It is just such a cool invention. And man, it is doing absolutely fantastic. Look at the size of this lettuce. Holy cow. And the mustard greens, man, just look at how perfect these leaves are. The collards, the kale. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and eat some of that right now. That's good stuff. We can't get any fresher than that. If you guys haven't looked at these GreenStalks, check them out. There's a lot of YouTube videos on them. I did one not too long ago putting this thing together. And if you want one, and if you're in the area, come down to the nursery and check them out. This would make an absolute great gift. Or if you have an apartment or just limited growing space, this thing is really compact. I mean, we're growing in probably 2 or 3 square feet, 30 something plants. Just amazing. Let's see what else is happening out here, y'all. Man, I just love hearing the wind chimes. Ah, it's just gorgeous today. And we have these welcome pots. These are the ones that have the, they're kind of angled out a little bit. This is the Proven Winners Silver Falls Dichondra. I love how it's just spilled out all on the deck, man. It looks so cool. And if y'all remember, a few months ago, back in the spring, we planted up this really pretty boat container. This is a really nice electric blue piece of pottery we got from the nursery. Planted some Euphorbia, and we had Nemesia. Now the Nemesia couldn't handle the heat, so it kind of died out. But the cool thing was the Nemesia was beautiful. It was shading out this white Euphorbia, and now it's kind of like a transition. When the heat came on, the Euphorbia started doing better, and it shaded out the Nemesia. So that was kind of cool how they transitioned to give us, whoever was doing the best at that time of year put on the show for us. Beautiful coneflower. I really, really like this planter. It's done good for us all year. And then I still think we've got a flower or two on our Plumeria. Let's look and see. Oh yeah, man, look at those colors. Got that nice yellow center. Just absolutely beautiful. We'll have to take this guy in the greenhouse here in the coming weeks once we get a little bit cooler. But the good thing is he's just a pot inside of a pot. So we can simply just pick the whole thing up and take him to the greenhouse. And we got some weeds popping up as we do everywhere. Got to get those out because I can't stand it. And then let's go down here and check on this area that we mulched a few weeks back. Our coffee cups. Got our banana. Look how tropical that thing looks, man. As it gets some age on it and gets big right here, right by this little chimenea, that's going to be a beautiful piece out here by the pool. I love to keep things tropical anywhere out by a pool area. Oh man, I just love hearing those wind chimes. It's just a perfect little breeze today. Our grass, man, I'm so proud of this daggum grass this year. And I haven't really done a whole lot to it other than come in and do the top dressing, which you guys have seen. But it's getting almost Frisbee season. So my son and I, we love to come out here, and this is our little Frisbee alley. And today would be a good day to throw Frisbee too with this wind, because the Frisbee kind of dips and dives. It makes it harder to catch, but it's kind of something we love to do in the afternoon time. Come out here and just chill out and toss the Frisbee back and forth. And here's where I planted. There's a couple of Abutilon that I got from, what was the name of that nursery? Plant Delights up in Raleigh. This guy right here has done really good. I forget his name, Bartley Schwartz. Look at all these orange flowers. Now, I've been trialing these. This one made it through our super cold winter, so I think he's good to go. I lost the one next to him for some reason. I honestly think I might have mulched a little bit too deep. Yeah, probably. It probably rotted. See how I got it too thick around the stalk? That's kind of a no-no. I should have known better. But he's a goner. This little dude is still doing really good there. Check out that nice little circular, cylindrical. What's the word I'm looking for? Spirally. Yeah, we're gonna go with spirally. Spirally red flower on this Abutilon. And then as we head around this way, I don't know the variety name of this Lantana, but man, this might be Miss Huff. But look at the beautiful colors on that, almost kaleidoscope like. But this thing has done really, really well right here in this shady little spot. The butterflies were all over it this morning. I'll have to take some cuttings off of this guy next year, as long as he makes it through the winter. My big thing is, you know, I want to try to find plants that are hardy, that we can propagate off of. That way we have experience with them. We know they can make it through our winters. Then I can, with confidence, sell them at the garden center and say, hey, yeah, this will come back because, well, we've been watching it and checking it out for the past few years. Let's make our way up through the jungle to the little raised bed garden. I've kind of let this morning glory grow up on these drift roses. I've got a white one, and then I think that one's peach is the variety name of it. And I've just been letting it grow because honestly, I kind of like it. And yeah, it's a weed, but it's got pretty little flowers, and it ain't got much longer to live anyway before first frost comes. So I'm just letting it go. That, and I just haven't had the time to come out here and properly weed like I would like to. So it's not really hurting anything, other than the roses probably aren't too happy because they're kind of getting covered up, but you know, whatever, they're gonna have to be tough to live out here in this garden. And then we've made it all the way up here to our little raised bed. Oh, and just for those of you curious, yep, our moss is still alive in our stone pathway. I need to come out here and water it because it's thirsty, but nonetheless, it's alive. And you know what? Man, I kind of think that our GreenStalk veggies down there are doing better than our raised bed, which is hard to believe because, you know, they got more room for the roots to grow. So anyway, they're still looking good. There are broccoli. We did some cabbage. We've got some mustard greens, and then some more kale. They're all doing fantastic, but that's kind of surprising that the GreenStalk is outperforming my raised bed. Then y'all remember we threw a couple old potatoes. Now the raccoon, he wanted this one. You can see where he came up and dug down, and he ate our potato, and then it looks like some other insects got it as well. I'm gonna bury it back down in here again, just to see what happens. And I hate to see something just stay out of the soil and die. But this potato right here has just gone nuts. And this pepper, holy cow, man, look at all the peppers. This is the chili de arbol that we planted not too long ago, and it is going nuts. We're gonna have to cut some of these and take them over to the Mexican restaurant, see what kind of dishes they could cook up for us. And then if y'all remember our little transplant tomato, we don't know what it is. He was just growing beside the house. We pulled him up, threw him in the ground. He's doing really good. I'm gonna remove some of the lower suckers and leaves so that because he doesn't have much time, I don't want him focusing his growth on vegetative growth. I want him to focus on getting us some tomatoes so that we'll have a chance to see what the tomatoes are and eat them before frost comes. Well, before I came out here to start filming, I was reading and writing back to some of your comments. One of you are asking about the, man, it's a freaking jungle out here. One of y'all were asking about the river birches that I planted down by the pond more than a year ago. And the deer messed with them pretty bad. When we first planted them, we had to put some cages on them. But let's ride down there and I'll show them to you. We'll see how they're doing. But it's such a beautiful day. Let's jump on the bicycle, get us a little exercise. We'll go down there and check on them. man, I need to do that like a couple of times a day. I'm out of shape, you guys, but made it down to the pond. Man, look at the leaves falling out there. Fall is coming, man, and this wind is bringing a season of change. And let's see here. So the deer gave us a really hard time. I didn't think they messed with river birches, but you can see the ones that are out of the cages haven't fared too well. The ones in the cages are doing okay. You know, they're getting ready to drop their leaves too. They can make it through next winter. I think they'll be fine. They'll get themselves established. So they're doing okay. But definitely next late winter, early spring, we need to come down here with some tree tone fertilizer and really shoot the juice to these guys to help them get established. And once they get up onto the deer zone, the deer danger zone, they should be fine and should just give us an absolutely beautiful big tree with that beautiful peeling bark over here by the pond. We've got one, looks like he's still hanging on over here. If the deer would leave him alone, I think they really like this little new growth that pops out. That one is a goner. But anyway, for that person who commented earlier, that's how the river birches are doing. They're doing okay. They're not great, but they're not all dead, so I'm gonna call that a win, guys. Let's walk out here on the dock. Man, that sun just feels absolutely amazing today. I wish every day could be this beautiful. This is kind of cool. Look at this lichen growing out here on the deck. Just got itself stuck and got a pretty good habitat out here. It gets a lot of moisture from the pond, I'm sure. Plenty of sunlight. And it's doing good, man. That's so cool. Man, this black shirt is just absorbing all that heat on my back. It feels absolutely amazing. What a great day to be alive, you guys. I sure do appreciate all y'all. Just want to say that again. All the comments that y'all send. I love waking up every morning. It's one of the first things I check. And so I write back to them. But it means a lot to me. This whole YouTube venture has been a lot of fun, especially, you know, going through the divorce this past year. It's really been an outlet for me to share just what goes on in my life with you guys and have interaction with y'all. And for that, I really want to say thank you. It means a lot to me, and it's been a great support system to me. So love sharing the content with you guys, and love the interaction. Met so many cool people, not met in person, but just through the comment section, y'all telling me where you're from and saying hey. I just want to let you know it really does mean a lot to me. Well, y'all, I think I'm gonna sit down here on the edge of this dock for just a little bit longer and soak up this sun that's hitting my back. Watch these beautiful white clouds just dance along the top of the pine trees. Feel this nice just fall breeze blow through my hair, and just chill out for a little bit. But I appreciate you guys more than you know. And speaking of knowing, the more you know, the more you grow, just like when not to watch cactus blooms. We learn together. Appreciate you. See you on the next video, y'all. Bye.